Dream Team, it's your boy Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are once again with Miss Hayley, Alexis, working in the USA versus working in Germany. Why is it so different? Before we dive in, make sure you guys subscribe, ring notification bell, get the video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Let's find out all the differences.
Hi everyone, what is up? My name is Hayley. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you did not know, now you do. Hey you guys, what's up? In today's video, I'm going to be comparing working in the USA versus working in Germany. As a lot of y'all know, I have a new job. I've worked a few shifts. I've received a few paychecks. I've signed a lot of paperwork, and I feel a little bit more confident and comfortable talking about working in the USA and comparing it to working in Germany for my personal experiences or from my personal experiences. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and let me know down below in the comment section if you like these types of videos. I will give you a brief explanation regarding what I do. And so I am a tech. I work overnight part-time in a medical facility. And if you guys are interested in what a tech is, you're more than welcome to Google it. Maybe you're nosy, don't really care. But like I stated in my other video, my other upload, I needed a foundation. I needed to receive more hands-on patient care experience, and that is exactly what I'm doing. That's exactly what I have received or am receiving, and I'm very happy in this process. But nonetheless, this video is not about that. This video is to talk about, I think, 4 or 5 things that I find to be relatively very American about working. And so the first one is going to be tuition reimbursement, which means that your employer, they pay for you to go to school. And usually that means you are going to sign a contract with them for, I think the lowest I've seen is 6 months, upwards of 30 months. So 2.5 years that you will have to stay with that employer. And this isn't just the medical field. I have friends that work in other areas of the workforce. I don't know if that's the right way to say it. It's not just like one field in one area does tuition reimbursement. It honestly just depends on your employer as well. But a lot of times the medical field, they do tuition reimbursement, and there are a few reasons as to why they do this. A, they want to keep people, because I don't know if there's a shortage all the time. There's always people buzzing and talking about a shortage. They need people to work, and what's a better way to get people to work than them signing a 2-year contract for you to pay for them getting their graduate or undergraduate degree. The next reason is they might get a tax break. I have no idea the intricate workings of tuition reimbursement. I'm assuming it has to benefit them in some regard, aside from getting people to sign a 6-month, 1-year, 2-year contract with them. I'm very thankful for it, very happy for it, because am I going to be using it in the future? Because tuition is way too expensive here, you guys. I don't know, maybe there are places in Germany that offer tuition reimbursement, but it's just the vast amount.
Not where I work. That is nice.
Of money that you are getting back, because in Germany it's like, oh yeah, we'll give you $200 for your tuition, we'll give you $600 for your semester fee, but for us it's like, oh yeah, we'll give you $5,000 to pay for school. I'm pretty sure if I did a deep dive research, Google rabbit hole about it, then I would find out some sinister, dark background information, which I probably don't want to know. But nonetheless, it's something that I feel is quite American. The next point might technically,
I feel like, I really like that. I feel like, thank you, America. We finally something. No, tuition reimbursement I think is a great thing. I think it will get you more employees. I think the company got to benefit more than just the worker working there for that contract. I assume, they get some kind of tax break for it. I assume. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, if she did a deep dive, I'm sure she'll find something. But either way, I think tuition reimbursement is great. Tuition is very expensive here, depending on what college you go to. Can be cheap, depending on what college you go to. But to have that reimbursed when studying to go into that field is absolutely awesome. It's absolutely, because you don't have to worry about that debt. You don't have to worry about that debt piling up on you, stacking up on you, because you get it reimbursed and you're going to work in the same field that you studied in. So I assume it's the job that you wanted. That's awesome. Keep it rolling. What we got next?
It's something that I feel is quite American. The next point might technically happen in Germany as well, but I've never seen it happen. And also, like I stated, this is my first ever medical setting job to this extent, but it is flexible scheduling. Ooh. When I worked in Germany, I had my 9 to 5 schedule basically. It was a little different because sometimes I came in at 6, sometimes I came in at 7 a.m., but nonetheless 6 to 7 a.m. and the latest I would stay is like 3 or 4 p.m. pushing it. And in the United States right now, I do work my 12-hour shift. It's the same 12-hour shift.
That makes, yeah. Oh.
All the time. It's like 6 to 6, 7 to 7. That's when you work. But when it comes to the days that I work, I am able to pick whatever days I want as long as I get my shifts in. If I want to work on a Saturday and a Sunday, if I want to work on a Monday and a Friday, if I want to work on a Wednesday and a Thursday, I'm allowed to do that. How I have my schedule set up right now is that I usually work like a Saturday, Sunday, and then I let 10 days sit in between, and then I work, I think it's like the Monday or Tuesday or Saturday, Sunday, the following like week or two. And so I have a big gap of time between, but I still have my 2 shifts a week in. But this sort of rolls into the next point, which is vacation and PTO, paid time off. And this was a little gray area for me in Germany.
I think that's dope. Flexible scheduling. Do I need to go to the medical field? Is that what? I guess I do YouTube, so my schedule is as flexible as I want it to be. Actually, like, yeah, I choose when I want to work and when I don't want to work. But them bills that keep stacking up monthly tell me I need to work every day. And so that my schedule is flexible as I choose when I want to do it. But them bills tell me, no, your schedule ain't flexible. You need to be working every day to cover these bills. So I work basically every day. But yeah. Flexible scheduling. I feel like it just depends on what job you get over here. Flexible scheduling is an option. I feel like mostly for those who are in school, for those who are younger, you say, hey, I got school these days, and they try to work around your schedule and everything. So it just depends on what job. Some jobs ain't going to work with you. Some jobs are more willing to work with you. That's awesome that she gets to choose whatever 2 days she wants to work a week. 2 12-hour shifts, not bad at all. That's dope. You get PTO part-time? Hold up, Hayley.
And PTO, paid time off. And this was a little gray area for me in Germany because where I worked, we had 31 mandatory, I think, vacation or PTO days. And so on top of that, our daycare would be closed as well. So I had, I think, 40, 50 plus days of the year that I would not have to work, that the daycare would be closed, that it would be a bank holiday, and then I would take vacation, and it was just ridiculous. At one point I was not working for a month, but still getting paid, which was also very nice.
Come on now. Very nice. That's a dream. That's it, to not work and get paid. Oh my God. Pinch me.
I miss that tremendously. But here in the USA, vacation is non-existent. You know, I'm very lucky, like I stated. I get
vacation. I said separately plans. Oof. Ew. Compared to Germany, that's just ill, dog.
To schedule myself, so if I do plan a trip or if I want to go somewhere, it's very easy for me to say, like I stated a few minutes ago, I work Monday, Tuesday, or Sunday, Monday, and then I work the Saturday, Sunday, I think, of the following week, and then I have 10 days in between, which gives me enough time to do something. I could finesse and finagle probably almost a month off if I accumulated enough PTO hours. But the thing is, you have to work to accumulate hours to be able to take paid time off. We do have bank holidays, but a lot of times medical facilities, they're still open. And bank holidays, you do get paid more if you work, so that's an incentive for a lot of...
My law will be closed in the USA, that is usually one. Facts. You still working on holidays, yeah. Don't get 23% is crazy. Yeah, usually holidays, it's gonna be somewhere. People gonna have to work on holidays. But you do usually get holiday pay, like so they give you like your regular pay in time and a half. So your regular pay plus half of that every hour. Or some, if you get really lucky, you get double time at some places where they'll give you two times what you usually get paid. As for your holiday pay, which is absolutely awesome. That's if you're willing to work on a holiday. So that's motivation and incentive to work on the holidays because it's like I'm getting double what I usually get paid if I work on this holiday. A lot of places do that. Some places might not. I'm not sure. Most of the places I worked did that.
A lot of people to work more or to work on those days, but to where they say, hey, you're not like legally required to come to work today. What? 31 days? Where? 50 days? 40 days? Where? Would never happen. And so I think
Facts.
How many hours do I have to work? 70 hours, give or take? 60 hours? 60 to 80 hours? I'm so bad at this because I actually don't know the exact number. I would say 60-ish hours that I work, I get 8 hours of PTO. I would need 12 hours to take off one day. So even working those 60 hours and getting 8 hours, I would not have enough hours to take off one day. And so it's going to take me...
It's going to take you to get a 2 paid. Ooh.
7? Is this 7 months or 7 weeks? No, it's 7 months. Wait, Jesus. 2, 14, 7.
I got you, Hayley. You work 24 hours a week, 48 hours, 2 weeks. So you work 96 hours a month. So then we do that, and you need every 60 hours is 8 hours of paid time. So 2 weeks, that's gonna take you. I ain't even finna do all that math. That's not 7 weeks. That's gonna take you months. That's definitely gonna take you months. It ain't gonna be weeks for sure.
14, 4, 8, 12, 4 months to be able to get a week off. The next point is going to be very personal to myself and my working experience, and I know that there are going to be a lot of people that say this is not the case for them, and that's perfectly fine. Like I stated, you can let me know down below in the comment section what you do, just like a brief overview, and also if you do this or if you don't do this. But I never clocked in working in Germany, and it's so weird for me now because in the USA you have to clock in for everything, and it's not just this job, it's every job that I've ever had. When I look back on it, you know, restaurants, fast food, retail, medical, no matter where I worked, I've always had to clock in. And the thing is, you have like a very short window of time before you are marked late. Like if I am 1 minute late, if I'm supposed to be there at 7 o'clock and I get there at 7:01, late. You could be typing in your employee ID, your password at 7 o'clock and 30 seconds, but if it goes to 7 o'clock 59 and it ticks over to 7:01, late. And this is something that is so hard for me to get used to because I just go in, put my stuff up, and I'm ready to work. And it's like, Hayley, you have to clock in. And I'm like, oh crap, it's not something that I ever had to do working all my years in Germany. But there was one time I was paid hourly and I had to write out like towards the morning. So so they're doing they're about to start clocking in too. Is that what it sounds like? But clocking in, you always have to clock in. The key to clocking in, you just clock in on time, and if there was things you needed to do before you clocked in, you do them after. As long as you're on the clock on time. All right, now that I'm on the clock, let me go pour myself a coffee. Now that I'm on the clock, let me go to the restroom. Now that I'm on the clock, let me give myself 5 minutes before I actually start working. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you clock in on time, but then you got 5 to 10 minutes if you need it before you got to be out there working. It's usually what I can only speak from personal experiences. Pen and paper on a sheet, how much I worked, you know, how many hours I worked the week, the month, and then turn it in and I got paid. That was probably the closest thing I had to clocking in. But never once did I have a badge, did I have an employee ID where I had to physically actually clock in. I was just expected to be there. I was there, and it is what it is. I worked, I did a good job. When it was time to go, I left, and that was it.
That's
and
nice.
So here it's like you got to clock in, you got to clock out, you got to clock in for your meal, you got to clock out for your meal, and it's all logged to the second. And this is something that is taking me a lot longer to get used to than anything else on this list or anything else about working in the United States. The last and final thing that I'm going to bring up is the taking a break point. And personally, my employer is amazing regarding breaks. I also think it's because I work overnight. And like I said, my coworkers, my employer, everybody's really chill. Everyone's really relaxed. And I take my break. I get my break. There's never been an instance where they've said, you can't take a break. You need to work through it. Nothing like that has ever happened for me.
Nice.
But I do have horror stories from a lot of people in my environment that say they don't get a break. But I know this is something that is very different between the USA and Germany, because in Germany, I got my break. I got my 15 minutes, I got my 30 minutes, all of these things. And there have just been instances, even when I worked in retail many, many years ago, one of my first ever jobs was at Victoria's Secret. And they were probably the worst employer that I ever had, because I was mandated, I think, a 15-minute break and a 30-minute break. And my management team, they would come up to me after I wanted my 15-minute break. I would usually do like a little runde. It would come out to like a mile in the, what was it called? The mall, so I could get my steps in and just like take a break, a breather from customer service. And I remember my management team would come up to me and they'd be like, Hayley, we know you're mandated to have a 15-minute break, but could you please stay and just work through it? And we will like give you something. We'll let you, you know, take some food to the counter or the cashier, but we are just so understaffed. And the thing is, if this was a one-time thing, I'd be okay with it. But this happened to everybody that worked with me, and every shift. We never got our mandated breaks. Or then when we would go on our lunch break, we would be required to clock in and clock out of our lunch break. And then they would say, hey, we know you're on your lunch break. We would have walkie-talkies, and they'd be like, but can you still come on the floor and work for us?
No.
And so this is just something that's so different for me, because in Germany, I was always like, girl, this is your break, leave, bye, we don't want to see you. You're mandated to have 15 minutes, go out, go for a walk, go do something. Or you're going to be a little late on your break, that's fine, you know, take your time, but please be back in a decent, you know, manner, amount of time. Those are some of the differences of working in the USA versus Germany, you guys. I hope this video was somewhat entertaining, somewhat interesting, somewhat helpful for anybody that might be interested in this topic. Like I stated, I might make a part 2 regarding finances. I'm still trying to figure out all of the pay information regarding taxes, insurance, all of that good stuff. But I will make a video regarding it, but not today, not right now. And so I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.
So dope. But yeah, I feel like she hit the nail on the head and all the things. Yeah, them breaks, they'll ask you, because they'll be like, we're understaffed, can you just work through it? And it's like, once they ask you to do it once and you say yes, then they know they can depend on you to be able to, they come to you nonstop. On days off, hey, can you come in today, come work that day? Who you think they gonna call next time somebody that don't show up for work, or they're understaffed and needs, who you think you? Hey, can you come in? Hey, can you? And it's like, I'm telling you, dog, they take advantage of you. And that be so annoying and so frustrating. I mean, you get paid for it, but still. Yeah, I know, like, lunch break, I'm not working on my lunch break. Don't call me on days off. I literally won't answer my phone, dog. Like, this is when I had job, when I didn't do YouTube. On days off, I just would not answer my phone, because I'm not coming in. I'm not the one that you can depend and rely on. So I come in when I'm scheduled to work. I do what I'm supposed to do, but you will get nothing more. But yeah, she hit the nail on the head in all those points. That's all we got. Make sure y'all subscribe, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. It's your boy Neal, out.